Well, hi there, everybody, and good Wednesday morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here, coming off of a storm system that brought some pretty significant snows for folks in northern Nebraska and very little snowfall farther to the south, although there was some freezing drizzle. In fact, I will mention that even if you didn't see much snow, there could be some spots that are slick this morning. Ice slid around with a little snow over the top of that layer of ice, a very thin layer. It was slick out there this morning. Now, these are some snowfall totals, and one thing I'll tell you right now is that we're waiting on a lot of updates. Some of these haven't updated since last night at around 5, 6, 7 o'clock yesterday, and so I'm sure we accumulated a little bit more snow since then, but you can certainly see a northern Nebraska bias to the heavier snow. First off, look at south and southwest of Merriman out in western Cherry County. This is the one I wanted to include that's outside of our viewing area because of how much snow they saw. 22 inches there out in the sandhills of Nebraska. Chambers, which is up south of O'Neill, saw a little bit over a foot of snow there, 13 inches, 12 inches in Bassett, which is west of O'Neill out in Rock County. Page, which is also up in Holt County, saw about 10.5 inches of snow. Ainsworth, 8 inches, but that was also from last night. So again, keep in mind, some of these numbers are probably going to be a little bit higher now since these haven't updated yet. And we'll probably get a lot more updates around the 9 o'clock hour this morning. Here you can see some of the other numbers, much lower the farther south that you went. Grand Island saw more than Hastings, but Grand Island didn't even see that much snowfall out of the system. So things are kind of winding down. We still have a little bit of light accumulating snow in eastern Nebraska. Things will kind of wind down as we go through the morning and through the rest of the day, but a little bit of blowing snow possible with those strong winds remaining through the day. Don't look for much sunshine out there. I think maybe outside of a couple of breaks, we're just not going to see much sun for today. It remains breezy tonight. Snow is pretty much done. Clouds will linger, though, mostly cloudy skies through much of the night. And then as we get into tomorrow, still a breezy day, and temperatures not much warmer than today. It's going to be kind of a struggle the next couple of days. We'll see anything from mostly sunny skies south to mostly cloudy skies up towards the north. But again, really not expecting any kind of snow for your day on Thursday. So the winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories will come to an end at either 8 or 9 o'clock, basically from O'Neill and Broken Bow westward until 8 o'clock, from Loop City to Ord to Albion eastward until 9 o'clock, outside of a couple of counties in far eastern Nebraska that are outside of the KSMB viewing area. And so again, I'm not expecting additional snow. A little bit of blowing snow could be a bit of a concern, but again, it's just kind of going off of what we did already see, basically the heavier snows north of the interstate. Pretty much played out as expected. Now, as we go into today, temperatures will struggle, especially up north. In fact, you folks the next several days up north will see struggling temperatures, even as the rest of us kind of warm up in the coming days ahead. A little bit of light snow, still some blowing snow possible. We'll have the strong northwest winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting at times near 35 miles per hour. Upper 20s to lower 30s out west. Outside of a few flurries, we're done with the snow for the most part. Not much additional snow in the south, mainly this morning. Mid to upper 20s to lower 30s, warmer there in northern Kansas. And upper 20s and lower 30s to east, still a little bit of snow that could fall yet throughout the day today, especially this morning, and the winds will be a little bit on the blustery side, so some blowing snow is a possibility. Next several days, again, we will be looking at a nice incline in temperatures. In fact, we'll be back around normal by Friday, and then over the weekend a little bit above average, back closer to that 40 to 42 degree mark, which is a little bit of a bump up from what I've talked about the last couple of days. Now, one thing I also mentioned about the next several days is winds still are going to be blustery to even a little windy at times right through the upcoming weekend. Another thing about the weekend is we could get a couple of weak clipper systems that could bring some very light snow or flurries. I'm not counting on much. I'd say the most likely time now looks to be maybe Saturday night, possibly Sunday. But again, barely worth a mention at this point. Now, Monday looks nicer, around 50 degrees. That will drop back a little bit as we get towards Tuesday, back around 43 degrees. So again, any of the additional heavier snows are done. We're going to try to get rid of the system. Those winds stay strong, but some nicer weather is on the way here in the coming days ahead, especially for those that don't have a whole lot of snow on the ground. So there is your forecast for today. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Travis Klineski. Be safe on those roads out there today, and have a great Wednesday.